I'm Kate Handford, and I'm an actor. I'm playing the role of her in The Adding. I wanted to be an actor. I think I was in a production of Annie, a musical, when I was 12, and I was like, well, this is great. I went to drama school for 4 years in Toronto, and then worked in Toronto for about a year, and then I applied for a master's here. I like being able to play with different things and with different people. Every time you go to work, it's a different thing. Like I just finished doing a month at the Edinburgh Fringe. I'm really interested in discovering the different ways of rehearsing, the different approaches to the rehearsal process that directors come in with, but then which other actors come in with, and how you can learn and grow your own process by working with other people. So my rehearsal process, the way I would prepare for a part now, is very different from even a year ago. And that's, school does that to you, but then also just work and learning from people you're working with. I read 2 scenes without having read the whole show. I sort of read the sides for the audition, and I thought it was really cool and very surreal, and I couldn't quite figure out what kind of a world it was that these people were inhabiting, and then read the whole show, and the world is still really complicated, and there aren't really set rules to it, and I just think the dialogue is great. I really like the way that those 2 characters interact, and it feels at the same time very naturalistic and very much a human relationship, but also within the construct of this very bizarre, sort of afterworld reality, which is really fun to play with. She is a young woman who has ended up in a pretty difficult situation. She doesn't have any money, and she clearly doesn't have she doesn't have a support system around her. There's not a fallback plan. She's very much floating around and trying to sort out how to move on, and how to be important in her own life, how to kind of take charge of her own life. I think she does it with this great sense of self-awareness, and she is actually very, very powerful, I think. And but yeah, she goes through a really difficult time. She's very different from me. She's like, in almost every way, she's like the opposite of me as a person. So I'm really excited to explore her and kind of find the freedom in the ways in which we're different and the ways in which we're the same.